All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
And Sebastian's not here tonight. He out.
Where's out? He's working?
No, he out. He out.
With his boys?
No, he out.
What?
Right? At least I think he's out.
So he's still working. He's just working it.
Right. right. You're trying to get that foot in the door, you know what I mean? Making special deliveries.
He's going to try to get some stink on it.
Right? You know what I mean? Got to do something. Damn, son.
Good for him.
Yeah, man, I'm glad. He called me, hey, Dad, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. I'm going to be out. Yeah, who you going to be out with? And he told me, and I was like, oh, is that so-and-so from work to work? No. Oh. And he told me, well, okay. So, yeah, he out tonight. So we're
good for him.
Next time around, we're going to have to bash him up on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, now that things are kind of back open, I mean, he probably went and grabbed a bite to eat.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
Well, dude, how I told you my family caught COVID?
Yeah.
Everybody except for me?
Yeah.
My wife and I, we tested negative last weekend. I mean, well, I took the test again, and I tested negative.
Right.
And she tested negative. My daughter tested on Monday. Her results came in on, I think, Wednesday, negative. Dude, she was out last night, Thursday night.
She said, I'm out, I'm done.
Yeah, she went to the casino with her girlfriend.
Wow.
Her homie.
Well, good for her. Maybe let her go out and have a good time.
Oh, yeah, I'm not tripping. I'm just saying it was like lockdown was over for her.
I'm done. You ain't keeping me nowhere.
I feel bad for her though, because she kept it serious. Like as soon as she felt sick, around either the first or the second of the year,
yeah,
dude, she was in her room. She's like out quarantine. She did not come out for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, she did good. And then my son, once he got sick too, he quarantined. And I don't know if I mentioned this last week. When my wife tested positive for it,
yeah,
and I didn't. Well, the three of them figured, okay, well, we all got it, so what's the big deal? So the kids came out of their rooms. So in the house, I was the only one wearing a mask, and I'm the one that's testing negative.
You was odd man out, Tony. That's why.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm glad it hasn't come home yet. So you want to try to keep it that way. Like I said, I think I had it in November of last year anyway, in 19.
Right.
Before anybody was really talking about it. And hopefully that was the only time I'm going to get it. I won't stay away from it. But apparently, I don't know, there's like a new, every time they talk, oh, there's a new strain out.
Yeah.
Oh, that one don't scare you, bitch. Oh, there's a new strain out.
And you know what else is funny? It's how they're naming them after the certain countries.
Right.
The African strain, the UK strain. I wonder if they're calling one of them the US strain.
They might. Who knows? It's interesting, dude. It's all... Because... And then they say, like, oh, well, there was one found, what was it, in one of the Virginias, right? That was the African strain.
Hold on, what you mean one of the Virginias? There ain't no north or south.
No?
Yeah. West.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
So is there an east?
But I got to know there's Virginia and then there's West Virginia, right? I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't understand why there's two Dakotas. I don't understand why there's two...
why there got to be. It's north and south. Isn't it just one place?
Exactly. I mean, California's a big state.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a North California and South California?
Oh, we do.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's only if you're in prison. Come on. But yeah, you're right. West Virginia makes sense. But yeah.
Is that where it was at?
No. I'm just saying as far as the actual name of the state.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead.
So they said that it was there and that somebody got it probably from somebody traveling.
Yeah, because the person didn't travel. I know there's a case somewhere of one of the outer country viruses.
Right.
And they didn't go anywhere, the person who has it.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
So, but they don't even know how things are mutating and people are contracting it and shit anymore. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's just it's a tough strain. Nobody knows what's going on with it. Now they got a third vaccine. It doesn't say it cures you from it, but it'll keep it from getting you. Like, what does that mean?
Well, the new, I think think it's the Johnson & Johnson.
Right.
It's only like 65%.
Really?
Yeah, it's but it's only like one shot, and it doesn't have to be.
That's like wearing half a condom.
Yeah. Well, 65% is better than none, I guess.
I guess. Damn. Pull-out game is weak.
I know this guy, older gentleman. He texted me this morning saying he got the vaccine shot. And I was like, oh wow, good for you. You know, I don't know anybody out here that's gotten one. And he was like, yeah, I just happened to go to I don't know if he said he was in the pharmacy or what have you, and
Some
I guess
dude in the parking lot.
apparently he knows the either the pharmacist or it's got to be the pharmacist. I don't know what store or anything like that. And the pharmacist tells him, hey, we got the shots. How old are you? And he told him, he's like, oh, you know, you can take the shot. You'll be my first guy to take it.
Oh, shit.
So he said he had to wait for an hour for it to thaw, though.
It's back there in some hot water and shit. It's almost there. Like when your mom forgot to take meat out of the freezer, so she's putting it in water, all right, I'm almost ready to cook. Shit. My sister got it. She got the one that you got to take the 2 shots. And,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. She seemed okay. She didn't have any reactions to it.
What,
that I know of. I haven't talked to her now that she took the second one.
Why was she able to get it?
Essential worker, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And she's going to be 60 this year, so that probably put her in the category.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. What about all this shit with the? Do you know anything about all this with GameStop? Do you know? Like, I'm not really versed on stocks and how they work.
I'm not versed on stocks either, but I kind of understand. I can kind of grasp at what happened.
So they kind of drove the price up of that stock, right?
Correct, and they drove it to
ginormous heights
to screw the big investors.
Okay.
So what happened is, apparently, the way stocks are done, investors can do something to a stock to make it. What is it? If they feel a company's going down,
right?
They'll what they call a short something, the stock, to make the stock go down in value.
Okay.
And then they can sell it off, or they'll buy it at that
at
value,
a discount, right?
At that low excuse me, the low price,
right? So
apparently, all these individuals that do trading on their own,
right?
They saw that this was happening, and because apparently it happens a lot. And what these big companies are doing is they're betting on the fact that the company will fail.
Well, they're almost out. They were almost out the door, right?
Exactly. So all these individuals got together because they were kind of pissed off that A, these big companies are able to do it, and B, you know, they're fans of games. You know, that's what they do all day.
Right.
So they all got together and reversed it on them to where it caused the stock to skyrocket. And somehow, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of getting lost myself. But yeah,
but no, you're right. You're right.
It's something along those lines that now the companies, these big companies, big corporations took a big hit
because they were selling them so cheap, right?
Right.
And then everybody bought them, and so the way I understand it, you can also sell shares that you really don't own or that like.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
I'm out of my league.
I kind of, in theory, I thought I knew what I was, but while I'm trying to explain it, I guess I don't really know. But it is the big guys were banking on GameStop going under, so they were doing something with the stocks of GameStop that would eventually cause them to make a lot of money.
Okay.
And the little guys
beat them to it.
No, they didn't beat them to it. They pulled some kind of a reversal on it, to where they made the money and the big companies got the short end of the stick.
Right, because they were buying it low and drove the price higher, which when those companies went in to buy them, I guess, it made them money as opposed to the people. Because the way it has something to do with a hedge fund, and I really don't know what the fuck that is other than I guess it's kind of like when you do a bunch of people get their money together and they buy little pieces of other. Is that right?
No. A hedge fund is a bunch of stocks that either an individual or a person or companies own, and somebody manages it. Meaning, like that's what a hedge fund manager is.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure if the hedge fund plays a part in this.
I thought it did because that's what Mark Cuban, that really rich guy that owns whatever team it is. I guess he moved all of his hedge fund shit around to get ahead of what all the problems or what all the buying of GameStop was doing, and I guess they're doing it with AMC, the movie theater, and one other company, right? So. I don't know what that's all about. I wish I would have. Some kid, his mom bought him stock in it last year, and he sold it when I was at the high price, and he made like $3,200.
Really?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I mean, she bought him like a $20 stock or something like that, right? And all of a sudden, it's worth $3,200.
Well, what sucks is they figured out what was going on. The site that they do all this on called Robinhood.
Right.
And Robinhood shut it down because they knew they were manipulating the system to make this money. And so now all the users of Robinhood are pissed off because they're saying this is what you're here for, is for us to be able to trade.
Right.
They're not necessarily doing anything illegal per se.
Right.
Because again, these big companies do it all the time. That's what they're saying. Because we're finally able to do something like this because we got together and decided to do this. You're shutting us down, but yet they're not being shut down.
Man, I wish I understood all that shit. I'd be making some money right now. You know what I mean? But again, those are things that, when you don't come from, long money or family money. That you're not taught, you know what I mean? That generational wealth, you don't know any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you? So you don't do any stocks and?
No. I was talking to somebody that was going to help me kind of get into it and figure it out, but I haven't played around with it yet. You?
Yeah. Well, my wife and I, our retirement plans are involved in stocks and all that kind of good stuff.
So did this stuff hurt you or did it help you?
I don't think it.
It didn't do anything to you at all?
I don't think we own anything in that.
Okay.
I mean, we get our quarterly reports. Yeah, it goes from the mailbox to the trash can because I don't know how to read it. We meet with the retirement lady once a year.
Okay.
And then she kind of shows us, okay, this past year you made your account grew this much, and it's always growing. But sometimes some years are just more than others.
I gotcha.
So, but as far as that. When you look at it by the year, if you look at it by the year, it might not be that much. This year is less than last year. Last year was more than the year before. But as long as it's always going up, that's the way you got to look at it. Because at the end of 20 years, at least it's grown.
Right. Let me ask you something now that we're talking about money. Do you ever keep track of what your kids owe you?
What they owe me?
Yeah.
In regard, they owe me money.
When you buy them stuff? That maybe like an out of the ordinary purchase? Or something that, let's call it an unordinary purchase. That they requested. You know what I mean?
So in other words, they want something,
but they don't have the money for it, so they ask you to front it.
I'm gonna front my kids' money?
Yeah. Like you did for their education, right? You fronted it, you know what I mean?
Around that, I mean, have they wanted something at this moment in time and they were willing to pay for it themselves, but didn't actually have the cash, was at home? Yeah. I mean, they wanted shits and giggles, an Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the $400 at home. I just don't have it with me. So they'll give me I'll buy it, and he'll give me the $400 when we got home.
Okay.
But, I mean, as far as... if that has happened, that'd be the only thing. But I'll be honest with you, I don't even think anything like that has happened.
Really?
They've never asked for anything like a big purchase like that, I guess. What are you getting at? What's going on?
Well, I just asked because, like, one of my sons, part of it, I do it because he doesn't understand the value of money. And what I mean by that is it's, hey, Dad, I want this. Hey, Dad, get me this. Hey, Dad, get me that. And it's like, hey, dude, you realize how many hours I have to work to get to that amount of money just to hand it to you so you can go fuck it off? Like, it's not just, hey, yeah, here, let me crack my wallet, dog. There's a lot to it. And if I got to work for my money, why don't you?
Because he's still in school, isn't he?
And? Dude, he's in virtual school. Dude, he's out of school by noon.
But he's still a kid.
No, he 18. He a grown man. He want to make his own decisions. It's time to pay.
So hold on a second. You're saying you front him money and he doesn't pay you, or?
Yes.
But is it agreed upon before? Okay, hold on.
Okay, so look. At one point, he wanted a MacBook, a laptop, right?
Okay, my kids have laptops.
But he already had a laptop. I had already bought him one.
Okay.
Granted, it wasn't like it. I bought it for him, and he said that it wasn't good out the box. But I think it's one of those things where they get it and they try to manipulate it to do shit, and then they can't get it back to where it should be. So, now it's a piece of shit. Nah, I don't even know. You know what I mean? So, anyways, he had wanted a microphone. I bought him a microphone so that he could do his songs here at home because he was rapping at the time, right? All right, cool. So I bought him a microphone. Didn't charge him for that because he was going to use it with the old laptop. Go ahead.
You bought him a microphone. You didn't charge him for that. Yeah,
bought him because he said I want to start rapping. I want to be woo. I want to record my music here at home. Blah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And the reason why I said I didn't charge him for it, like, hey, dude, I got a studio out in the backyard. What the fuck you need a microphone and a new computer for?
That's true. Oh, he could have been right here.
I said, I got everything is set up. It's legit. It's clean. I'll edit it. I'll master it for you. Whatever you need.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, true.
So he said, no, I just want to do it on my own. Oh, well, your own means you need money. I've already put a lot of money in that backyard. I said, but if you want your own, you're going to have to, you know what I mean? It's going to cost. So why don't we start? I'll get you the microphone. It's a couple $100, whatever.
Okay.
I'll buy it on a mic.
Okay.
So I bought on a mic. It's nice. It's a Yeti mic. It's got all these different things for him. It's cool, right? So then he said, hey, the laptop that I have, it's lagging on the recording, blah, blah, blah. The music and the sound, blah, blah, blah. Like it wasn't matching. It has a delayed sound in it. And there's a way to fix it, but he was always calling me at work trying to have me fix it for. Dude, I'm at fucking work. I've never used a USB mic like that. I don't know how to use it. Go on YouTube and find out how to fix that delay so that it's on with what you're trying to do.
Right, yeah, you can find anything on YouTube.
So he couldn't do it. No, Dad, it's just a piece of shit. I just want a Mac. I said, well, I think at this point you just want a Mac. He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, let's go. If I go buy you a Mac, you're going to pay me for it. I'm not just buying you a Mac to buy you. I don't even have a Mac.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I could do that. My first paycheck, Dad, I got you.
Oh, was he working at the time?
Yeah, he had. Well, no, not yet. But he was looking for a job. Like he would like.
I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
That's my problem, right? And so I wasn't getting the hamburger back. I wasn't getting my money back. I wasn't getting nothing out of the deal, right? So okay, well, I bought him the Mac. Good $1,300.
Okay.
Call it, right? Well, then he had this car that I bought him. And it was a nice car. Almost like $5,000 I paid for it by the time I was done. Well, a couple of weeks later, the catalytic converter went out on it. All right, cool. So we went. I paid the money for the catalytic converter, $700, because they had to do all kinds of bullshit, whatever, whatnot. So then I had been telling him, hey, don't go here, don't go there. It's not a place for you to be, yada, yada. Told his little girl tugging on her little pee-pee hairs, tell him, hey, come visit me, come hang out, come whoop-de-whoop. So he went to Desert Hot Springs where he wasn't supposed to be. Well, he ends up wrecking the car. Right?
Ouch.
And it was to the point where they wouldn't give, they didn't want to fix it. They just paid me out for the car.
He totaled it.
Right. So then I had to go pay to have it towed from DHS home because it wasn't drivable. Right. So I said, okay. I said, well, now the cars, they're not going to fix it. So you owe me for the catalytic converter. I said, because had you not wrecked the car, you'd still be using it and you wouldn't have to pay for it. But because you did what you went somewhere you weren't supposed to, I'm going to charge you for it. And I'm going to make you pay for the tow. So that right there was $1,000, right? So it was like, fuck, Dad, like that's not even fair. Blah, no, hold on. What's not fair is I bought you a $5,000 car. All I asked for you to do was follow the rules. I paid for your gas. I paid for your insurance. And you went outside of line. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do to get you another car, which is going to cost me time and money. Right? So why should I be the one to have to work and make all the money to help you and give you what you got to do for you to fuck off what I give you? Right? So if you're gonna go against the grain and do what you're not supposed to, then you're gonna have to pay the repercussions.
Okay, I'll wait.
So now we're looking at $3,000 with everything that's got almost $3,000
Okay.
there.
Yep.
Right? So then we get him another car. That one went south on him. That one wasn't his fault. Didn't say nothing about it. We ended up getting him another car at a good price, reasonable. Take care of this car, check the water, check the oil, what, right?
So this is car number 3 now.
This is car number 3 in less than a year and a half. Right? So then he comes home not that long ago. Hey, Dad, I was on my phone and I hit the brakes on the car because I didn't see something, and my phone slipped out of my hand and hit the stereo and broke it. It sucks driving around without it. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I said, but you ain't working, so you ain't got. How you gonna get a stereo? Oh, Dad, you can't. So wait a minute. You've had like 3 jobs, and every time, I mean, you're gonna owe me your first check for the rest of your life. Like, you ain't even got there yet. You know what I mean? Oh, come on, Dad, help me out. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Went out, got him a stereo, put it in for him. I bought him speakers for the back because when one was blown out, I figured, okay, we'll just do it all in one shot, right? So now he's working. He's doing good. Got his first paycheck. Paid me what he was supposed to out of that.
Oh, nice.
He got another check this last week, but he wanted to have his seats cleaned and the interior cleaned out because he got it from, a family that had kids and stuff, and seats were looking like it still had kids. So, okay, cool. Just give me $60. Go pay the $60 to have your. Ended up being $60 just to clean the seats, not the carpet and everything else. So it was another $60 to do that. I gave him the $60 back. I said, I'll just front you the $60 to get it done. Just get it taken care of. That way your car's good. I don't want to hear it anymore. Right? Okay. So then I do that, and then he turns around and says, Dad, are you going to pay for my haircut? Why the fuck would I pay for your haircut? I said, I just funded you back the money to get your car done. You got money in your pocket. Why don't you spend that? You just need to learn how to manage your money so that you can get your haircut and still got gas for the next 2 weeks. Because I ain't taxing you nothing. You wanted to get this done. Right? So am I wrong for being that way, or like?
Yeah, I blame you.
What the fuck? Why?
Because you are spending his money. You are keeping him in debt to you.
How am I spending his money?
Okay,
I spent my money to buy him.
Okay, let's talk about the last.
I'm an enabler. If you want to call me something, I'm an enabler.
Okay, what you said was he owes you money.
Yeah.
He paid you $60, which is great. Okay, because at this age he ain't making a lot of money, so $60 is a good chunk of his check. Now, he says, I'm gonna go get my car cleaned. it's going to cost me $60 and you find out that's just the seats, not the carpet.
Right.
To do the carpet, let's say to do the interior is going to cost $120. He's only going to do half of it because he only got $60. Now you, instead of giving him $60 to do the rest of the car, because that's what you thought was the right thing to do, you said, I'm going to give you back the $60 that you just gave me. You're still going to owe me that $60, but I want you to go ahead and get the whole car done.
Actually, I asked him, "Well, do you want the $60 back so you can get the other stuff done, and then you just give me that later?"
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But even that. But go ahead. I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
So you're keeping him in debt to you by saying, instead of what you owe me minus the 60, you're still going to owe me everything that you before the 60. If it's $3,000, now he owes you what, $29.40. So it's almost like you didn't feel comfortable with that balance going down, so you gave him back his money. So you could say, "Here you go, son. Get the whole car done, but you still going to owe me this 60." He's at an age he doesn't know what he's doing. You're telling him, okay, he doesn't have a job. You're saying, okay, I'm gonna buy you this mic, but you're gonna owe me. I'm gonna buy you this.
No,
computer.
I didn't know. I gave him the mic.
Okay, mic. Okay, I'm gonna get you this computer, but you're gonna owe me. I'm gonna get you this, but you're gonna owe me. He ain't even working.
Right.
So how you gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna get you this, but you're gonna owe me. You're gonna owe me. You're gonna owe me, dog.
It's the American system.
How about this? Son, your birthday's in 3 months. I'm going to get it for you then as a gift.
Hannah, you don't give no gift. Like, are you kidding me? A $1,250 birthday gift?
If it's something that's going to improve his chances in life, why not?
Because there's $10,000 worth of shit in the backyard that he could do the same shit with.
I get it, and you're right on that. And maybe that's what you should have told him, and maybe that's what you should have kept your word on. No, son, there's no reason for you to need a $1,300 computer when you ain't even working. When you got $10,000 worth of stuff in the studio. See, I
don't like this conversation.
You're right. You're an enabler.
Yeah, I am.
And I would have done the same thing. Don't get me wrong. I would have got, one Christmas, both my kids got their MacBooks for Christmas.
Hey, you want to adopt me?
But they needed it for school.
I'll go to school.
But again, I mean, and I'm not saying you're a bad parent, and I'm not trying to come across like that. But what are you teaching him by saying, yes, you could have this pricey thing right now, and pay me later? Isn't that what credit cards do? And people get in debt, and they get. You see, this.
I ain't charging them interest though. Shit, go past this year, I might.
So it's just,
You know what, Tony? You're right.
You're enabling him to accrue debt. I can get this now and just pay later. I can get this now and just pay later.
You're right, and I'll. It's not that I'm trying to make excuses, because I'm not. You're absolutely right, and I think no, hold on. And I know you're not saying that I'm a bad parent or that I'm doing it wrong. That's not what I'm getting at. But for me, growing up, I never had shit like that. I couldn't ask for shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Whether I was paying that shit back or not.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you better have money, because if something goes wrong with your car, you got to have money to fix it. Fuck. Okay. And I'm only going to show you once. You better learn how to do it. Ooh, that was the worst. Anyways. So, and I think there's probably part of that is the guilt between, not being so far away from him for years when he was a kid, and then trying to make up for
not being there, the guilt. I get it.
No, the whole shit with his mom and her sending him down here, and it's like I think I was trying to repair that and trying to figure out how to the word manipulate comes to mind, but that's not. I wasn't trying to manipulate it.
I understand where you were coming from in regards to, okay, son, you want this pricey, high-ticket item? Okay, we're going to get it so you could do what you want to do on it. But this high-ticket item is not free, so you're going to have to pay for it.
Right.
Where I think not that you messed up, but where I think it went wrong was, how are you going to tell somebody that's not working that, we'll get you this high-ticket item that you're going to have to pay for, but you ain't working.
Right.
Get it. I'll tell you what, son, get a job. The day you get a job, we'll go, that first day you start work, I'm going to pick you up after work, and we're going to go and get you this laptop. That way I know you could pay for it. But it's like, son, you ain't working, you ain't doing nothing, but I'm going to get you this, and you're going to owe me. And now you keeping tabs. You owe me how much do you owe you now?
A little over $3,000.
Son,
$3,060.
What, you got a whiteboard inside the house that says $3,000 at the top?
It's all in my head, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I understand. All kids need to know, this cost. I'm helping you out by allowing you to pay me back instead of you getting in debt with a credit card or a loan or what have you.
Right.
So I get it. I just don't know if I can.
You can't get behind it.
No, I can't. I don't know if I can tell my kids, you owe me $3,000.
Hey, do me a favor though. Do me a favor tonight. I want you to go home and say, you know what? I was on the podcast with Mingo tonight, and we need to talk because you owe me like $5,000, and see what they say just to find out what the hell they say. But you got to be, what do I owe you $5,000 for? Let's see, that TV right there was a good 12.
I ain't gonna lie, my son, he gets a lot of grants and scholarships and stuff,
right?
And a lot of it is getting banked right now because of online schooling,
right?
So according to him, he needed a new laptop. His is slow, his is old, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm trying to tell him, son, why don't we take this in, have them spruce it up to Mac. Have them spruce it up. It'll be just like brand new. And like your son, no, I gotta get the new shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, son, that's $1,500. That's $2,000. Son, can we do this? You should. I'm telling him, son, you should. I mean, he's an adult, so I'm not trying to tell him. I'm just trying to say, hey, look at it from this angle.
Right.
You might not need a brand new one. And he was pretty much, I'm not asking you for the money. I got the money. I'm just letting you know this is what I'm thinking about doing. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Handy business.
Yep. Hey, that's what hey, okay.
Well, that was like the other night. He came to me too, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy. Now that we got the stereo, and next paycheck, I'm thinking about buying some rims." Whoa, hold on. You got a $3,000 balance hanging over your head. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that, but I was like, "Hey, look, you know what? Look, dude, the car you got, it's got almost 200,000 miles on it now." That's like putting lipstick on a pig, like for real. Like your money's better spent is if you take, whatever money you think you were going to spend on it or whatever you can, take say $200 out of your check, right? Take that 200 and save it every 2 weeks for a year.
Right.
And that'll give you enough money for down payment and to go get your own insurance. Right? Oh, I'm not going to be on your insurance no more? Doug, you 18. How you going to ask to be on my insurance still? You're going to be 19 by the time you get that car. How you going to ask to still be on my insurance? Go ahead, Tony. I'm going to look outside. There's some strange noises be happening out here.
Yeah, lucky I wasn't outside tonight. Somebody banging on something.
Hello?
Bueno?
What you doing over there, dog? You better leave that fence alone.
It wasn't him, was it? You think? The dog?
Nah, this dude back here. Let me get back on the mic. There's this dude that lives behind me, and to the right, or to the left if you're looking that way. He's been building onto the backside of his house, but he does it at night because he doesn't have a permit.
Oh, word.
So you got to do it when the county ain't around. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So that's how I'm gonna do my pool. Midnight rendezvous in the backyard. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, cool. The next day I'm at work. He sends me a picture of the Volvo that I wanted that's like 2 or 3 years old. He said, hey, Dad, what about this Volvo right here? It looks clean, right? Like I could do that. Son, look. You need to learn to live within like your means, dog. Like I didn't go get that car because I knew I couldn't afford it right now. You know what I mean? I said you need to be looking like at a Sharp Civic or even an Ultima or some within like your age range, like Volvo. That's like a 50-year-old man's car. You know what I mean? That's been through life and done some shit. You ain't done nothing yet. You know what I mean? You can't start off with that. Like he wanted when he first wanted to, oh, Dad, I want this Beamer. What? Dude, I'm 49. I ain't never even owned a Beamer. No. I mean, I had my Nissan. I had my Maxima. I mean, it was doped out, dude. It was to the point, right? Oh, Dad, can I have your car? Hell no. As a matter of fact, you know what? Now that you ask, I'm going to sell it so that I can get the money to buy you a car that's appropriate for your age. I said, because if I give you that car, you're going to ruin it, first of all. Second of all, the insurance on that car, with you driving it, is going to go through. There's no way. I'm not going to do it. I said, and not to mention, if you wanted to get that Volvo, the insurance on that and the maintenance alone would dry us both out.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to happen. All right.
Here's another thing that caught my attention that you said that I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? It's just not the route that I choose to take.
Okay.
And it's the route that I'm trying to instill in my kids. You said, son, save $200 a week out of your check, and then in a year you have a down payment for another car.
Right.
Which means a down payment, so you'll have to make monthly payments.
Right.
Okay. See, that's where I try not to have monthly payments.
Right.
So I don't know if we spoke about this before. I told my kids this in regards to a car. You want a BMW? You want that Volvo hatchback? Not a problem. I hope you get it. Hopefully they're going to get great jobs. However, like you just said, hey, how much is that car payment going to be for that BMW? $400 a month plus insurance.
Right.
Let's say $500 you're gonna drop. How much is a BMW?
Yeah, if you get the I series, you can lease one for $319 a month. If you got
how much? Okay, how much is a BMW for sale? Brand new one.
$45,000.
Okay,
least,
$45,000.
Right?
Let's say 50. Make it an even number.
Right.
$500 a month. $50,000. How many months is that?
100.
100. How many years is that?
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's do some math real fast. $50,000. Divide that by 500. That's 25. Okay, I'm doing the math wrong. $50,000. Divided by 500 equals 100. Divide that by 12. Okay, that's 8.3. That's 8 years. Okay? At $500 a month.
Okay.
So what I tell my kids is take that 500, put it in the bank every month. Open up an account. Specifically just for that. And every month dump in $500. A little bit more, a little bit less, doesn't matter. Try it. That goal is $500 a month. And drive that hoopty that I got you. My son drives an Acura. My daughter drives a Camry.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, those aren't hoopties. Those are nice cars.
Yeah, trust me, kid. It's my son's got a TL. So, dog, he's so... Man, sometimes I be rolling in it with my old lady. If I had this car back in the day...
Right?
Anyway, so it's like, and then if you miss a month, guess what? Ain't nobody calling you saying, "Hey, where's this car payment?"
Yeah, you ain't got to hide it. You ain't got to park it behind no fence.
And let's say it's $50,000 for that BMW. We had this conversation before about cash,
right?
But if you walk in with 42, cash, do you think they'll sell it to you?
No.
45?
Maybe.
Okay, let's say 45. You just saved $5,000, which is 10 months. Let's say a year's worth, so you only really have to save for 7.
Okay.
Okay. If you save $500 a month for 7 years, walk into that dealership, buy it in cash in 7 years. That way you don't have to have a car payment. That car is brand new. Instead of you paying it off in 5 to 7 years, and by the time you're done paying for it, it is now 5 to 7 years old.
So here's I understand your intentions. I understand your thought process, but they're not building any credit. So how are they going to build how are they going to buy a house at some point? So wouldn't you rather they drop 35,000 and did 20 grand over 5 years?
When you say drop 35, what do you mean?
Like go in and put, hey, I want that BMW. It's 50. Let's negotiate it down to 45. I'll buy it today. I'll give you 35,000. Do the other 10 on payments. Payments $150 for 3 years.
Nah. I'm so dead against payments. It's incredible.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I think you could build up your credit with a credit card that you pay off every month.
Yes and no. And I'll tell you why, because when I moved back down here, I had paid off all my debt. I bought the house cash and I bought a car. I paid off the Nissan, I bought the Cadillac, and I paid off all my credit cards, right? But like 2. I went out and I put some of the shit on the house.
Okay.
Like the furniture and stuff like that. I went and got credit there, right? Just so that I could make payments. So the first time I tried to finance or refinance the house, they said, "Well, you don't have any debt on your credit. The credit's gone down because you don't have any debt on there. Like you don't have a car payment, you don't have any longevity payments." And yeah, but there's like 3 or 4 car payment accounts that are paid off, that are all in good standing, that I never missed a payment on. They were always on time, come right out of my account. What are you talking about? Yeah, but those are old. I said, I just paid one off this last year. Yeah, but it's past 6 months. Can't do that. So you have to have some sort of large purchase payment on your credit to be able to, not that you have to, but it's easier.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you get a $45,000 BMW and you put 35 grand down and finance 10, and your payments are $150, that's still, and you were saving $500 to begin with, you're still $350 up a month.
You might be right.
I'm just my perspective. I'm asking yours.
I've never bought a brand new car.
Never
owned a brand new car.
Wow, you've always bought used ones.
Yep. So I don't know what it is to have to finance a new car. Okay. Now, with that being said, I've pretty much bought my vehicles cash.
Okay.
So the only major payment I've had is the house payment.
Okay.
I just told you last month I bought a truck and my credit is through the roof.
Well, now because you have the house payment.
Okay, well, I mean, all right, that's what I would like for my kids. In my book, the only payment you should have is your house payment, because obviously you can't buy a house with cash.
Right.
I mean, in certain circumstances you could, but
Right.
for the most part, you're not buying a house with cash.
Right.
So that's the only real payment. And of course, I don't have a problem if you got to get a car and you got to get a payment. I get it. But it's one of those things, just like you just did with your son. Okay, you want this? Okay, but you're going to owe me.
Right.
Oh, you want this other thing? Okay, you're going to owe me. Okay, you want this other thing? You're going to owe me. And me, when I say me, right now it's you.
Right.
But at one point it's going to be a credit card. At one point it's going to be a loan. At one point it's going to be this. And then you start to establish that I can have this now and just pay for it later.
Right.
And I think that's just how too many people get in trouble.
I think you're absolutely right, because I know fresh out of high school, I think I started down that path the wrong way.
Who didn't?
And you know what, though, Tony? This again goes back to that whole generational wealth. Like my parents, we lived on welfare most of my life. We didn't have credit cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what kind of credit we had? My dad had this wallet, right? And what he would do is he would cut the liner on his wallet, and he would take that liner open and put all of his big bills behind it, and keep it shut so long that when he went to go look in it to show you that he didn't have any money, you couldn't see the fucking bills behind the liner. But whenever, like, if there was something wrong with the truck, he had money to fix his truck. Mom needed milk and bread or whatever, needed for the rest of the month, he had a couple bucks in cash to go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we never grew up knowing anything about money.
No,
how it worked, how credit worked, how you needed it, what you didn't need. You know what I mean? So you're right. It's up to us to teach our kids, but sometimes we're not all. Maybe I'm not equipped with that same kind of knowledge or ideology that you have of doing that.
And it's not, I'm not trying to say I'm so knowledgeable in this.
No.
Ideology, I understand, because that's just the way I'm thinking.
Right.
And it seems to have worked out for me pretty good.
Right.
And I've seen, I remember, just like you said, out of high school, you get you a car. Oh, my goodness. Just like your son, I need a stereo with some 10, some 12, some trunk.
Need to go down to Radioactive and
Circuit City when they first opened up.
Oh, yeah.
Dog, how much is that? Oh, I ain't got $300 for that stereo.
Oh, well, we can open you up.
And it's only $12 a month?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Well, then what else can I add? Because I could do like $30 a month easy. You know what I mean? I make that in one night parking cars.
And then next thing you know, you're owing 3/4 of your paycheck to all these different creditors.
That's what I was telling you. Hey, dude, don't start with credit cards, because you could be, oh, yeah, $20. Yeah, I could do that. Then you go, oh, yeah, $20. I could do that. And then you end up with all these $20 payments upside down.
My credit card statement is probably 2 pages long every month.
You do everything on credit and pay it off at the end of the month?
No, I actually pay it off the following day.
Oh, shit.
If I buy something at the grocery store for $62.50, the next morning I transfer from my personal account to the credit card, because obviously it's all Bank of America,
linked, right?
And I transfer $63. So for every debit, there's a credit. So for the most part,
right,
dog, at the end of the month, I might have 40 charges, 50 charges on my credit card. But you know what? There's also 50 credits.
Wow.
And I don't, sometimes it's like I don't do it for a week. And let's say I ran up, $400 worth of stuff.
Right.
And I'm talking $20 here, $60 there, $150 at Costco, boom, boom, boom. I will still, at the end of the week, instead of adding all those up to, let's say, the $400 and then transferring $400, nope. $7 at McDonald's, I'm transferring $7 to the credit card.
Really?
$142 at Costco, I'm transferring $142. I don't add a do, because I have to, it's a mental thing with me. I have to see, okay, there was a charge for $7, where's the credit for $7? Where's the payment for $7? Dog, it could be $2, and I will transfer $2.
Really?
That's, I'm LCD like that.
Wow.
And unfortunately, I'm passing that on to my kids, because I'll tell them to do the same thing, because they, like I told you before, they got their own credit cards.
Right.
And they'll hit me with, Dad, I went here, I spent this much. Dad, I went here, I spent that much. Dad, I went here, I spent this much. Let's say 3 transactions. I'll say, okay, I'll send them those 3 amounts of money.
Right.
I'll transfer it to their bank account. And one of the first times I did it, my daughter just added all 3 of them and just transferred to her credit card.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, I need to see, if you spend $42, I want to see the credit for $42. If you spend $17, I want to see the credit for $17.
Wow.
But if you add it all up, it's the same. It still comes out to 0. I'm like, no, I need to see it because I need to make sure that whatever is paid for. Because I can see, if I see like a $42 charge and I don't see a $42 payment, to me,
something's wrong.
Yeah, and that's like an OCD thing with me. Dog, I'm getting better at this. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you something I do. And my family, dog, they laugh at me every time. And I'm gotten better because I'm not really doing it as much.
Right.
When I would pump my gas, I'd have to end at 0.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, okay.
I do that all the time. And if I go to AM, PM where they charge me 35 cents, I get to 65.
Yep. Dog, I'll sit there for about 45 seconds. Sir, that's your total is $42.67. I'm like, okay. And I'll try to figure out how much it's going to cost to get back up to the 65.
Wow. You're crazy. That's a little much, Tony. That's a little much.
And if I'm wrong, like I'll tell him the number, and I was off by that's 2 cents. I'm like, damn.
Fuck.
And it'll bother me for the rest of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Tony. Like I leave, like I have a card that's tied to Amazon.
Okay.
And that's basically all I use. If I want to use it for anything else, just Amazon. And I'll wait, and then at the end of the month, halfway through the month, I'll send everything but $150. I keep a balance of $150 on the card because they say you're supposed to use, you're not supposed to bring it down to 0.
Right.
Leave a balance on there, whatever. $150. I do the same thing with my PayPal. I mean, I got an exorbitant amount of credit on PayPal, so I can pretty much get whatever I wanted through PayPal, right? But I'll wait. I charge a few things, especially during Christmas. During Christmas, I'll go on and I'll buy things and I'll use the PayPal because I know if I don't get it or something happens, I can tell PayPal and they send that shit right back. So I do that and then I'll pay it off, pay like half off 1 month and half, but I never let it go too long. The same with, what else do I have? I have like a Target card. Now that one got kind of wonky on me because one Christmas I didn't have a lot of money. And everybody got shit from Target for Christmas.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right? So I was like, hey, fuck it. I'll ching, 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 ching. Charge all that shit up. And the fucked up part is it's tied to my Target app on my phone. So if I'm going through, oh, yeah, that's, and it ends up in a cart. And then fuck, I was just trying to pay that off.
Right.
But you know what? I've gotten much better at controlling my spending. I used to have fucking cards galore, dude. Like they all had, big numbers on them. You know what I mean? And I was just like, dude, I can't keep doing this. I'm killing myself. I can't get anywhere because I'm paying, all these cards at $300-$400 a month just to try to move them down. And then, you take your one with your least amount and you pay all this. Yeah. And but I was fucking getting nowhere with that. And I was getting frustrated, so I just started paying them off. Like I had to get to it, dude. And so finally, I got everything squared away, back to a place where I only have a couple cards. I canceled them all the ones that I wasn't paying on anymore that had the high limits. I don't need a card with $7,000 on it. If I'm not paying you, I could save it and I could have the $7,000 in my.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I get it. But it's funny that we talked about it because I didn't perceive it the way you did, and saying that, hey, you're teaching him or you're pointing out to him that, hey, it's okay to do this, and owe somebody and that's not good. You're absolutely right. So he needs to pay me off and move forward.
Yo, but back to the gas real fast and ending at the 0, so it's an even number.
Yeah.
But dog, there have been times when I go past it, so I pump another $1 worth just to try and where I had gas shooting back out.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done that too. That's the one thing that's like the 0 zeros. Like, gotta get it. And there's those fucking pumps where you pull on it and it's not enough, so you got to pull a little bit harder, and then it clicks, and then it's a 1 or 2 cents. And it's already full. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and just fucking pour it out on the ground, right? Hey, you need some gas? Pull over. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, bro. You know what's funny? Today was the first day since I bought the car that I fucking filled the tank today.
Really?
Yep. It's been 8 days.
Wow.
8 days, and I drive 40 miles a day to work.
No shit.
Yep.
And how many times have you would have filled up your other vehicle?
I would have filled up the caddy at least once and been about halfway done with a tank by now.
You know, same with me as far as, my trucks.
Yeah.
Dog, how much would it cost you to fill the caddy?
The caddy, it all depends on the day and what the gas is, but usually
let's say if
between...
you were at E, and how much would it cost you to get your full?
about $90.
Yeah, same with my big truck. It was like $90, and I was doing that, let's say, 5 times a month.
Wow.
So I was dropping like $500 a month.
Yeah.
And dude, the new truck I got, it's like $45 to fill it, and it'll last me 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, dog.
This one here, like I said, I just filled it today. Not even $30 to fill it. And last me 8 days, I was like, oh shit, I want to get that car a hug right now. Like, and I ain't got to use the special Supreme gas. Oh shit. But shit, I got it just in time. Fucking regular gas, $3.11. Shit, yeah. That's crazy,
dude. I remember when I first started driving,
$5,
dog, 98 cents a gallon.
Dude,
I used to be able to fill up my tank with $20.
Dude, I had that fucking 2-tone purple Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
$5 give me half a tank, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, I was like, cool. We could ride all weekend on $5.
But you know what? It was all relevant, kind of. It's like $20 to me was like
$100 now.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much. Shit. Yeah, dude, you're right. That whole shit is that because I was thinking about it the other day, and you're right that it is all relevant because I think about it all the time, and my kids like, oh, I need this, and it's so much. Like, dude, getting a fucking haircut. I used to pay $8. Mm-hmm. Now shit, it's $25, and now you got a tip. I got that $30 for a haircut? Like, really? I got less hair. You're charging me more money? You know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. I tell you what my son did to me one time. He was like, hey, Dad, I want to perm my hair. What? So, yeah, I want it curly in the front and all this new shit the kids are doing. I want it curly in the front. It's like, all right. Until we got to find somebody to do it because I don't know how to do that shit. So, you know what I mean? I'll bald you. If you want me to do it, I'll give you the cholo haircut, summer cut. And
so you say we need to find somebody like a hairstylist?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're going to owe me, son.
Yeah, pretty much. Nah, you know what I started doing? Okay, well, look. I got to work for my money. So if you want my money, you got to work for it. Right. So there's chores to be done in the garage. You got to do this. You got to do that.
All right.
So he would do about half of it. Whatever. So anyway, I'm a bad parent. I get it. Whatever. So Tara, we went to school with. I got her on Facebook, and she did it up in Desert Hot Springs. I don't remember how much she charged him. But before he went, he was all like, hey, Dad, so I need the money that you're going to give her, and then I need another $30 to go get my haircut. Wait, what? So that's part of the money that she's charging you. Yeah, but I don't want her to do that.
What, cut his hair?
Yeah, like to shave, to fade it. It was like, why? He said, because I like the way this other dude fades it. Well, for $80, I like the way that she's going to curl it and fade it. If you don't like that, then you have to figure out what you're going to do, because I ain't paying $80 and $30. I'm not giving you $100 and $110 haircut. You're not a girl. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Seriously? Like, if you weren't working, like, let's say you were 17 again, right? Living at home with your mom.
Right.
Mom, hey, I want to go get my hair done. I need $110. She'd have fucking hit you in the face, right? Like, my mom would have thrown a chancla at me and laughed. Like, she probably would have passed out from laughing, as a matter of fact.
Mine would have been looking over her shoulders like, are you talking to somebody else in this room? I don't see anybody else here.
Should ask for $20 for a haircut back there. You know what I mean? Should have still given you the same look. Like, there's such a disconnect with everything is so easy and just gimme. You know what I mean? Yeah, we fucked him up. You know.
But I have to be honest. Once he finds that one person that can cut his hair right, it's like, you know, my son's got to do downtown barbers, Palm Canyon.
Who does he go to?
The owner, Dizzy.
Izzy?
Dizzy.
No, it's Izzy.
Dizzy.
Carlos.
No.
That's his real name.
Is it?
Izzy. Hmm?
No. Dizzy.
Dizzy, Izzy, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. And actually, I found him first.
Will you go to him?
No, I used to.
Oh.
I do my own hair now. Dude, I fade I'm tight. I keep mine tight when I actually get around to cutting. Watch, I'm gonna cut my hair for the next podcast. You'll see.
Well, shit, you might have to bring the clippers and do mine, because.
But I one day I saw a card for him at like some place I was eating. You know how they pin the cards,
Right.
So I drove by and I saw, that's that spot. This is years ago, and I went. It's upstairs, the second floor.
Right.
So I walked in, and he was closing. And I was like, yo, can I get a cut? Because I went to Sport Clips.
Oh, okay.
Because they give you the hot massage, the hot towel and stuff. That was nice. I walked in there once, and let's say if they close at 6, I got there at 5:30. And they wouldn't take me because they were closing.
Really?
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah.
So I went to him, and I didn't know there's hours, and he was actually closed. But he was still there. Maybe he was cleaning up.
Right.
And he was like, I'll take you. Come on. I'll fade you up real quick. And he did it right.
Yeah.
So I was
good.
I was going to him for a while, and then I got my son to go. And now my son uses him exclusively. And I cut mine at home. It's a lot easier for me. I ain't got time to be waiting.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to him for a while, dude, and it's just so far away, dog. And then, like, you know what I mean? And I say that, I know it's not fucking far, dude. I used to go out there and cruise every fucking Friday, Saturday. It's not that fucking far. I spend tons and tons of gas out there. I get it, right? But now, where I'm working, I'm the only parent. You know what I mean? So that means my days off, I got to do my own laundry. I got to clean. I got to get all this shit whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And, I got the radio station. I got the podcast. I got all this other bullshit I'm trying to get done. I didn't have time to keep going out there and driving out that far to get it done. You know what I mean? And then, hey, can you do it this time? No, I can't. Too early. Oh, no, I can't stay that late. God damn. So I started going to this other dude. He's a friend of my nephew's, and he does a pretty good job, dude. But and when COVID first started, everything shut down. He came around the house and did it here. Right. So if I could do it myself if I was ambidextric enough. Is that the right word? Ambidextric, something like that. But I might just start shaving my head. I lose any more hair in the front, I'm just gonna start shaving. I ain't fighting that shit.
If my shit was as long as yours, woo!
What?
My scalp would be so shiny right now through these lights.
Really? Let me see. Oh yeah.
Don't say oh yeah.
No.
like what you mean? Oh yeah, it's not that bad. Because I'll be honest with you, I expected you to be like, what you talking about? It's not bad. I truly took off my hat expecting you to say, yo, that ain't bad. I really thought you was gonna be like, yo, what are you talking about? I wish I had your shit right now.
That was such a real fucking reaction. Holy shit, I'm sorry. It's not that bad. Holy shit. Okay. Fucking Tony. I said that because this side is further back than this side.
Yeah.
Is it?
I got more of a
You sleep on this side, that's why, right?
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's what it is.
Is it really?
Yeah, I sleep on my right side, so this side is more.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna start sleeping with a neck pillow so I don't lose any more shit. Oh, that's fucking funny, Tony. Holy shit. I'm sorry, dude.
Man, you can make me self-conscious now. But back to let me ask you this. I got into a in-depth conversation with my nephew once.
Okay.
And I'm not going to remember exactly what it was in regards to, whether it was the regular tip or if it was the Christmas tip. So you say you tip your barber. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have my son tip his barber. My wife tips her hairdresser, and right. So my daughter too. So we believe in tips. I believe in tips. I instilled that in my kids as well.
Right.
Christmas time, they give $20, $40 to my son. Let's say my son.
Okay.
Gives him a Christmas card with a $20 bill in it, or $40.
Nah, that's some white people shit. We don't do that.
Okay, why not?
Because that's some white people shit.
Don't you want to show appreciation?
No, it's not that. It's because honestly, I never really thought about it. Like we didn't have that kind of money growing up again, so we didn't.
True,
you know what I mean?
And one of the reasons why is because of my line of work. When people give me, my multiple customers give me something, I'm really appreciative. It's like, damn,
right?
You know, and my wife also, you know, some of the people on her route will give her money for Christmas, and it can make a difference. It's like, yo, that really helps out,
right?
So to give them an extra $20, I mean, is that going to break our bank? No, and it shows appreciation. Number one, it shows appreciation. Hey, thank you for this past year of you fading me up and making me look right.
Okay.
Now, on the flip side, what that also does is, yo, I don't have an appointment. I really got to get faded up. Can you take me?
Ah, the old bartender trick.
You see what I'm saying? And I got into this debate with my nephew about this because he was saying, well, that's not right. You're giving him a Christmas tip
with expectation.
I'm like, I'm not expecting it, but what I'm saying is it could help out in a time of need because they might remember, yo, this guy, he always breaks me off around Christmas. He's in a bind. He's a good customer. Yeah, I'm going to hook him up.
Your nephew's right.
Really?
Yeah. Because at that point you're not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing it as a preemptive. Cool, I got the in. The same with that's the old bartender trick. You go into a bar, first drink you order, you tip heavy. And then that way, the next time you come up to the bar, that fucking bartender's going to remember your face, and he's going to hook you up before everybody else.
But what if you did that every single time you went to the bar, A, and B, at Christmas time you break them off a little bit extra?
Was he going to bring me drinks to my fucking house? I mean, what do you mean?
You're just showing appreciation.
No. There's a difference. Because, like, if you tip somebody every time you go, you don't need to tip at the end of the year. You can give an empty card. You can take a card with some of them fancy chocolate chunk cookies your old lady makes. Like, if y'all appreciated me, you'd have brought some today. But I don't think that. I don't. If it's somebody you tip all the time,
yes,
I don't think
but
you need.
Isn't tipping now part of the bill? Because if you got a shitty haircut, let's say not shitty, but it wasn't as great as it usually is. Are you still going to give the guy his $5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know 9 times out of 10 he's gonna do it right.
But but in a sense, isn't a tip supposed to be like, wow, thank you for what you just did for me. Thank you for serving me right now. Whether if it's a waitress, I think you did great. But no, tipping now is just part of the bill.
No. Tipping is part of the bill,
I would say I'm gonna call bull on that because I can guarantee you don't tip. The next time you get your hair cut, it's gonna be jacked up. You're gonna be waiting. He might not be able to take you. Tell me no.
No, hold on. Tipping is part of the bill, but there's tiers. You know that, right? Like 10, 15, 20%. Now, when I go to a restaurant and the girl's very attentive and she's taking care of, or the dude, whatever, sorry, not that that's a female. Jesus Christ. So, when I go out and I go eat and the person's attentive and they take care of what they're supposed to, they go above and beyond.
Yeah, you tip
they're
them
better
extra.
than you tip them well, right?
Yeah.
I go above the 20%.
Yes. And if they do a shitty job?
They're lucky if they get 10.
But they still get the tip.
Right.
Okay, so it's, in essence, part of the bill.
Kind of. The same with the haircut, though. If you go and you get a bad haircut,
you're still tipping.
But do you tip them the whole, like, what do you normally tip?
I think he tips $5 every time.
Okay. So if he got a shitty haircut, what are you going to tell him to tip?
$5.
The same thing every time.
Yes.
And then you're still going to give him a tip at the end of the year. Now remember, you're now tipping, and now your haircut's costing you $25 every time you go. You're paying $25 for a service that used to cost you $8.
No, you can't look at it that way.
Okay.
You're paying $25 for a service that's costing you $20. That should cost you $20.
Okay.
Okay.
So why do you feel the need to have to tip extra?
You're not tipping extra. You're saying it's the holidays. On a personal level, here's for you. For your family. I appreciate every time I sit in this chair, you hook me up. You make me look right. You fade me up proper. Here you go. Thank you for all that you do.
Isn't that what the 5% or the $5 that you give already? Because you say, he hands him a Christmas card and puts money in it. Do you send money in every Christmas card and appreciate your friends and appreciate all the people in your life?
People who do work for me, yes. Not friends, no. I tip the gardener. We tip the mailman. The only person we don't tip is the garbage man because I don't know who he is and he comes too early. Well, now he comes too late, but...
Wow, really? I don't tip nobody like that.
Really?
Like I'll go to a restaurant. I tip really good at a restaurant. Haircut, $5 is the most you're going to get out of me, and that's if you do good.
Okay, at Christmas time, I tip extra.
But ain't nobody tip me, and I do a damn good job. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And okay, but let me ask you this: if you were in the tipping business, wouldn't it make you feel better if at Christmas they tipped you a little extra?
No. Here, look. Yes, it would. But here's the problem: is that tipping becomes an expectation.
It already is. You saying it becomes an expectation? It already is. That's what.
So aren't you making the problem worse by giving them money on Christmas too? I'm trying to slip out making $25 every 2 weeks. That's $50 a month.
Hold on a second.
That's a quarter tank of gas.
I understand.
Extra that I'm giving out.
So again, you saying by me saying it's the holidays, thank you for always treating me well.
So let's say your son went in to go get a haircut, right?
Okay.
Gave him the Christmas card. Son walks out, opens up his Christmas. Oh shit! Give me an extra $50, whatever it is that he tips, right? An extra 20, extra $25. Gave him an extra haircut payment, right?
Perfect.
So the next guy comes up, and you don't have no Christmas card in his hand.
Yeah.
And dude says, "Oh, you bunk ass motherfucker ain't gonna give me no tip."
No, I think of it more as.
Do you think it's gonna make him do his job better?
Do I think it's gonna make him do
Like,
his
like
job
I don't
better?
like. Okay, so I don't. Here's my guess. Here's what I don't understand. Like, I had this argument for a really long time, and I used to play devil's advocate when I was on the air about it, about tipping waitresses, because. Oh, well, that's their livelihood. That's what they work on. But they also get paid a regular wage, and they knew that was a job that they were taking when they got it. So if you don't do the right job, or you don't hold on. If you don't do a good job, then you don't get paid for it. A haircut place, they put the shit on the wall. It's $20, dude. If you could do my haircut in half an hour. Now, but again, it's a skilled labor, right? Like you have to go to school, you have to get certified. That's a true skill, right?
Yes.
But you put your fees on the wall,
right?
So why is it necessary to tip?
It's not.
Now let me ask you this, because you walk into Circle K, right? You go get your coffee in the morning. Oh no, you don't pay for coffee. You drink coffee at home?
Yes.
Okay. So
I understand what
you're
saying.
You go in, you get your coffee and get your little bread so you can eat on your way to, what do you call it? Do you tip that guy? Because he's probably been there since midnight the night before, and nobody appreciates that cat.
But I don't, because he didn't get my coffee and he didn't get my little pastry that I'm going to be paying for. You just said it.
But
hold on. You just said you walk into Circle K, you get your coffee, you get your pastry, you walk up to the counter and you pay for it.
Okay,
There's a difference if I walked into Circle K and I sat down and he brought me my coffee and he brought me my pastry.
So what if you came in, hey, Tony, how's it going? Oh, good, man, just grabbing some coffee again and some pastry. All right, cool. You go up there, hey, here's your sleeve for your coffee. Don't want you to burn your hand. Blah, blah, blah. Did you get the paper? Did you see what's on? Oh, go ahead and grab one. Or it reminds you of whatever. Hey, did you get your lottery tickets today?
And he does that every time I go, and I'm there
3 times a week.
3 times a week. I might break him off at Christmas time, yeah. Because he's giving me that extra something.
You're crazy. There is no way, and I'm gonna call bullshit that you would. There's no way you tip a dude at Circle K.
No, yeah, because a dude from Circle K wouldn't do that. Let's be honest.
Well,
the reason why you can't wrap your head around it, nor can I, is because a person at Circle K wouldn't do it, and we wouldn't expect them to.
Okay, but we expect a haircut and for it to be done right when we go to get a haircut, right? So why do we have to tip for it? Because you expect them to do a good job, right?
Hey, you know what? Why do we have to tip for it? Why do we have... If that train of thought, why do we tip it off? I get it. I understand. But yes, when somebody's actually performing a service, that's why we tip. Waitresses, bartenders... no, not bartenders, because they don't really do shit, but you want that drink to be good. Anyways, your barber.
Well, but that's not true either, because you got to go to school to be a bartender.
Okay, fine. Yeah, well, we tip the bartender. We tip the barber. We tip, whatever. Because they're actually doing something. They're actually physically performing something.
What about them dudes that park cars? No, I get what you're saying. And yes, you know what?
And don't get me wrong. Yeah, I kind of understand that. Tipping the gardener. No, I don't. I appreciate my gardener. Hey, man, thank you for every... Yes, I pay you to come every week. And he doesn't get a tip every time he comes. Yes, I get that.
Right.
Okay, the barber's something special. We already tip. But I just think that's more like... Because you have to. I think
the gardener, tipping the gardener, maybe tipping the pool guy, that might be okay. The male person, I know. I don't see a need for that. Like, why would you need to tip the male person?
Because again, you're taking it out of you're not taking it out of context, but you got to remember it's the holidays. Hey man, hey, Merry Christmas, brother. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for coming here 5 days a week and delivering my mail. I appreciate it. Here's just a little something to show my gratitude. Merry Christmas.
But isn't the money that they take out of your taxes to pay them to deliver your packages the job they signed up for, the job they get paid to do? Isn't that thanks enough already?
Same as a waitress, yeah.
How is that the same as a waitress?
Don't they get paid for this? Like you said, on the menu is the price of this meal. On the menu, if I'm buying this burger for $8 after tax, it's $10. Okay.
So this is odd for me because I never fought it from this end. I've always played devil's advocate. So but no, because what happens is when you work at a place, they deduct your taxes, and most of the time you get like a $8 check because they figure you're going to make your money on your tips. That's the difference. They tax you on your tip money out of your paycheck, which is just enough to cover the taxes. They only make like $3 an hour. They don't get normal minimum wage, I don't believe. It may have changed now, but...
Your point being?
So the point being is that they're taxed on their tips. People that work at the post office, we pay taxes for their service because it's the U.S. Postal Service, right? So it's out of our taxes they get paid, right? So they're already getting paid, yeah.
So
they get paid before I do shit.
Okay, so aren't waitresses taxed on the tips that they receive?
Yeah, that's what I said. But
okay.
they
hold on. So if they did not receive a tip, then they would get their full minimum wage.
No, they don't make minimum wage.
They have to make. Everyone has to make minimum wage. Because what you're saying is, with the tip, they get paid less to make up to the minimum wage.
Hold on, we're gonna look it up. I wish I knew somebody that I could call right now and ask. How much do waitresses make? Wait a minute.
Google ain't gonna be able to tell you.
The fucking iPhone's tripping. Okay.
What I'm saying is, okay, minimum wage. Let's say $15. Okay.
But they don't make. Minimum wage.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Hold on. $15 an hour. Okay. What they're saying is, if you work, let's say, pretend minimum wage is $10 an hour because it's an easier number to work with.
Okay.
Let's say you work 5 hours. That's $50. You should be getting paid $50 for the day. Okay?
Okay.
If you made $20 in tips, the restaurant, your employer, is going to pay you $30. That way you're still making your $50 for the day, is what you're telling me. Because...
Kind of.
Okay. For,
shits and giggles, yeah.
Okay. So you're still making your minimum wage.
So we shouldn't tip waitresses either.
Well, according to you, or according to this conversation, we shouldn't, because I'm losing my train of thought because
I got him.
No, it's not that you got me. It's just that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
ding.
I'm lost right now.
Okay, so I really wish I could find that out. You don't know anybody that is a waitress that we can call?
No.
Oh yeah, you are a waiter. I don't want...
Is in the service industry.
Yeah. Hold on. She's probably asleep by now.
Dog, it's late. You ain't calling nobody.
Yeah, the way I understand it was that they got paid like $5-6 an hour, just enough to cover their taxes.
Well,
and
it's like when pizza delivery wants to hire, they say make up to $25 an hour, make up to $30 an hour. Well, they're saying we're going to pay you minimum wage, but after you get all these tips for making these deliveries, it's going to be like as if you made $30 an hour. Domino's now hiring, earn up to $30 an hour. Oh my God, how can I earn 30? Well, we're only going to pay you $8-10 an hour, but by the time
with
all tips, why do we tip the delivery person?
Well, that's a little different. They keeping your fat ass from driving down to the restaurant yourself.
And just like the barber's keeping you from looking rugged.
No, that's different. Now, if the barber came to the house and I had to leave, and he came and did my shit and swept up.
He's mobile, right?
Who? Oh yeah, I saw he's got that truck now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the beginning.
Okay.
I tip the barber at Christmas.
How much did you give him?
let's say it's $20.
No, how much do you give him?
It's $20. I think it's $20.
Okay.
It's not like, dude. It might even be a $20 Starbucks gift card. You know what I'm saying?
No, maybe a gift card wouldn't be so.
So it's still the same. A gift. Okay, are you looking at it monetarily? Because
at this point, I don't fucking know. We've talked this shit into the ground and circled back, and I don't.
It's just.
I don't care because I don't fucking work in that industry.
All I'm saying is, we tip at Christmas because it's the holidays, and I know, my wife and I know, $10, $20 can go a long way for somebody. And if multiple people gave that person that same amount of money, it could really make a difference in that person's life at Christmas time. Now, with that being said, that's why we do it. Okay?
Okay.
However, I also think to myself, if there's ever a time when I'm in a bind, or my son is in a bind because he's the one that goes to the barber, that he needs to get faded up. Something's going on. Oh, my God, I need a haircut. Let me jam down to the downtown barber to see if he'll hook me up. And downtown barber's about to lock up. He might say, you know what, little Pacheco, come on in. I'm gonna fade you up because you know what?
Then you're tipping for the wrong reason. You're tipping with an expectation.
No, because if he says, I'm sorry, Pacheco, I can't do it. It's okay. It's cool. I understand you're closed.
But it's still an expectation because you expect to be able to run down there and get a haircut. Now, if it happens, hold on. Now, whether it happens or not, okay, I get it. You're closed and you're going home. You got to go do your thing. Okay, good. But you still have the expectation of, hey, I'm going to give him this $20 just in case I need him. I hope he comes through.
No. I'm giving him.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm giving him this $20 because it's Christmas.
That's not what you just said. What you just
I did say that.
No, what you said was my son gives him the $20, and that way, just in case someday he got to get paid.
My son gives him the $20 to show him, hey, I appreciate you doing this for me every time I come in.
It's you that's hoping that if you ever needed.
Yeah, my son. Yeah, but let's pretend my son is me. Yes, I am in the back of my mind.
That's an expectation.
Okay, well, fuck it then. I'm expecting shit.
It's $20. I would expect shit too. That's why I'm saying, why are you giving it away?
Because it's Christmas.
Yeah, but you don't give shit at Christmas with an expectation. That $20 a fucking placeholder. That's a placeholder just in case I might need you when you're not so ready to. Just remember, I give you this $20. Even though you're still going to pay him for the haircut when you show up, the $20 is just like thank you. It's a placeholder. It's an expectation.
No.
Now, if you gave him $20, and that was never in the back of your mind, and you never went there that late at night because you knew fucking dude's probably gone already. He closes at 6. I'm going to get there right when he's closing. I'm not going to do that to the dude. Okay, cool. Then you did give $20 without any kind of expectation, out of the kindness of your heart, because it is the giving season.
Let's backtrack. Maybe that was a bad example as far as showing up when he closed, because that's not the example. Showing up when he's open.
Yeah, but he got 3 other people sitting there, but I gave him a $20 at Christmas. Maybe he let me cut in line.
I don't know he's got 3 guys sitting there. I'm driving over there to see if he's got room availability.
Okay, so let's say you walk in, and he's got 3 other dudes sitting there. Hold on, you walk in, he's cutting somebody's hair, 3 dudes are sitting there. Hey, you got time to cut me up? Yeah, you know what? I got 3 other dudes, but I'll take you next.
Cool, thank you.
But how about them other 3 dudes that are shit? That's
fucked
up.
That ain't my problem. That's their problem.
And that's your expectation because you gave them $20.
No, I didn't.
Bullshit, Tony.
No,
because let's say you were a barber.
Okay, no.
Hold on. Let's say you're a barber.
All right, I'm a barber.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm rolling up to your barber shop because fuck, that's my homie. Even if you got somebody, he gonna let me cut in line.
Okay, but nobody said anything about cutting in line, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's what we just talked about. There was
Okay,
3 dudes ahead of you, but he let you go next.
There's 3 dudes ahead of me, and what if he says, you know what, you ain't got an appointment, but I got these 3 guys coming up next, I'll take you right after them.
That's normal.
No, if he's appointment only.
Well, if he's appointment only, but the sign says walk-ins.
Okay.
Or maybe he doesn't have anybody else after those 3 guys.
Maybe he had plans, and he says, you know what, I'm skirting my plans real quick for half an hour because, you always take care of me, especially around Christmas. So I'm going to do this for you.
That's different, but that's still that expectation. Because if he said
expectation, he just said, "Yo, you know what?"
If it wasn't an expectation, as soon as he said, "Well, you know what, I got somewhere to be, but I'm gonna go ahead." Hold on, I got somewhere to be, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of you when this is done.
Ask you this. Hold on. You go to a restaurant all the time, and you deal with the same waitress all the time, and you tip her well, and you treat her good, and sometimes you give her a Christmas bonus, and she does something for you. Oh, it's back to the expectation. Okay. You know what? Fuck it then. I'm not going to give him shit. Fuck it. I'm not giving anybody nothing this year.
Fuck. I ruined somebody's Christmas in January?
People.
Really?
Yep. Because all I'm saying is, I appreciate this, and you know what? In the back of my head, sometimes if he might look at me differently if I'm in a bind and I need something.
Now, Tony, I'm going to tell you this. From the bottom of my heart, seriously. Continue to tip your gardener. Because there may be times where you do need some extra shit done. And you're going to run out there. Hey, dude, real quick. Hey, is there any way? Yeah, I'll take care of it. Okay, cool.
No, because then I'll be expecting him to do it.
That don't matter. Sometimes expectations are okay.
Well,
and
apparently it's not, because we've been talking about this for 45 minutes.
Well, that's because you brought it up, saying that your cousin told you that, or your nephew or somebody told you that you was wrong, and you said that it wasn't an expectation. I had to spend an hour to explain to you that it was, because you're thick-headed. I'm just telling you with your gardener,
let me ask you this.
20.
Let me ask you this. If I were to say I tip my barber $20 for Christmas extra with a Christmas card, and that's it. I didn't say, and on the flip side, I might want to, maybe he'll hook me up in the future for something if I'm in need. If I didn't say that part.
I would still question it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because nobody's just giving. Nobody gives just to give. There's always an expectation.
Okay.
Right?
No, you're not right.
I'm not right.
No. You don't. Wow.
Nobody gives out of the kindness of their heart. There's always, everybody goes for self at the end of the day. If there was something that somebody needed and they knew that they had been hooking you up.
We tipped the gardener without, I'm not expecting anything from him.
Someday you will. Someday you'll need something.
I need something all the time.
Right.
I ask him for something.
Right.
And he charges me for it.
Always?
Not always.
Why? Because he knows that
it was something that was easy.
Because he knows you give him $20, or he knows you tip him at the end of the night, and he wants to make sure that he keeps your business because there's an expectation that he does a good job. Bam! Tony Mine just said, "Is why I got to wait for him to come all back together real quick." Just take a deep breath, Tony. Everything gonna be all right. Every little thing is gonna be all right.
Dog, I tipped my mechanic for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna save you a lot of money.
He definitely gets a gift card though, but it's a $20 gift card.
You can give him a gift card. I have a problem with you giving him cash, I think is what it comes in. Because you talk about it because cash is different. You understand what I mean? Because if you give somebody cash, that's like walking in and you know that you meeting some kind of crime boss and he shakes your hand, and when you pull away, there's a fucking 20 stack in your hand. Okay, now you know, fuck, that motherfucker's going to call me someday. I'm going to have to do some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same kind of concept. If you give him a gift card, that's different. In my mind. That's how I would justify it. But cash just seems kind of slutty, if you will.
Well, cash is old school, though. I mean, that's the way we used to always do it. I mean, now that gift cards are so prevalent and you can get them for anywhere,
right.
It's a different story.
Right.
And yes, we give out gift cards.
But cash has maybe that's it. Maybe cash has an expectation connotation to it. Maybe it's implied with giving cash. Maybe that's where I see it, because we're both old school, right? So I know somebody slips you a little extra something and be like, oh, this motherfucker going to come back at me with something. This fool wants something. Ain't nobody give nobody no extra $20 for nothing. Right?
No.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. Why? Again, why is it? Oh, he wants something. Why can't it just be like, hey, man, it's Christmas. He gave me extra $20 for Christmas. What's wrong with that? Fucking Grinch over here.
Nah, man. You're wrong, Tony. You're wrong.
I can't wait to get the feedback on this episode. We're gonna see, dog. If only we had something to be able to keep track of stuff like this. Because I can see both point of views, but I'm not going to say I'm wrong because, again, dude, it's Christmas. It's the holiday.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You know what? If you guys want to comment or you guys want to give us your thought on this, send us an email at mingosmadhouse@yahoo.com. Mingosmadhouse, all one word, @yahoo.com. And we'll bring them up on the next episode. And we'll see what people are saying.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Or if you know Tony and you want to text Tony, you can do that. You know me, you want to text me, you can do that too.
Yes. Thank you.
Is
it wrong to tip people that perform services for you around,
don't
throughout
say it
the
like
year
that.
for the holidays? Is it wrong to tip them for the holidays? That's all.
I say that's just some white people shit. Ain't no Mexican, Puerto Rican, Latino, Hispanic, whatever the hell you want to call them. Ain't nobody doing that shit. It baffles me. It trips me out that, yeah, dude. It baffles me that you do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I always thought it was like on some bullshit white Christmas Hallmark fucking movie that people did that shit.
And maybe that's
Christmas
where
at the Cranks.
Maybe that's where we got the idea. I don't know. But, dog, the Gardner's been with me for 10, 20 years.
Then that should be payment enough. Hey, dude, you did such a great job. I didn't change you. I kept you around for 20 years. Has he changed how much he's charged you over the years?
Actually, he hasn't.
No?
No.
Hey, you need to give him more than $20.
Well, I'm not. I didn't say I gave him $20.
Oh. You just give him a Christmas card?
No, he gets a little bit more than $20.
Oh, okay. All right, as long as you're hooking him up.
Yeah, he gets hooked up.
And not because I'm assuming that he's Mexican or anything like that. Because I know somebody's looking at their phone right and thinking, oh, it's just because he's Mexican. That's why he's sending him. No. Dude, gardening's a motherfucker. And especially out here in this heat, just like the job you do. You know what I mean? That's a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, and when somebody gives me a Christmas bonus, I appreciate it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What nationality are your clients for the most part? The ones that tip. They white. Say it. They white. They Caucasian. Caucasian. Say it.
Majority of them are probably white. Probably.
Now, let me ask you this.
I wouldn't even say that.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm sure that there are some people that tip you with a bottle.
Yeah.
What nationality are they? Mexican. Say it. Come on. Come on.
No, it's across the board. I get tipped bottles. I get tipped cookies. Somebody gave me a can of almonds this year.
Now, is that really a tip?
I didn't think so, but, I mean, they still... I think they probably bought 10 of them and started handing them out.
I mean, that would be, oh, let me give you a little something. Here's a can of almonds.
They're special almonds, I have to admit. Like...
Special like how?
Like uppity almonds. And they were actually pretty good, I ain't gonna lie. But...
Uppity. I never even knew that there was uppity almonds.
Well, I mean, you can
Well,
have
that could be.
you can have a $5 bottle of almonds, and you can have a $30 bottle of almonds. You know what I'm saying?
Were
I should say.
they like covered in like sea
They're-
salt, Malaysian?
Yeah, exactly. Slightly dusted with sea salt, actually, is what it says. I think they like Mandarin or something like that, like from a special country, and lightly dusted with sea salt, and they are actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was thinking about regifting it, but I got hungry when he about an hour after he gave it to me, so I cracked them open. I was like, "Man, these are pretty good."
Jesus criminy! How many people do you take care of yourself? Because you have other people that work for you, right?
Yes.
So how many people are on your route? Is it route or route? I say route. Route.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Hundreds?
My purse that I do no.
A lot less?
Let's say 40.
40?
50.
Out of the 40 people, how many of them tip you? 5?
I'd say 10, 15 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
That many people?
And that's on me. That's the ones I personally do.
So out of the 15 people, what percentage is Caucasian?
Maybe 50%.
Maybe, or could it be higher than that?
It could be. It could also be a little touch lower.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's lying. No, it's just again, you're talking a poor boy from a poor little city that, we couldn't tip nobody. You know what I mean? Like,
neither could I.
So at what point did you decide, hey, you know what, honey? Let's tip people for Christmas.
In all actuality,
yeah. And
when I started receiving tips and it made me feel so good, let me put it this way. Most of my tips that I get,
yeah,
I pretty much give away.
So that's what you use to turn around.
I'm not saying that's what I use. It's just, sometimes I'll break even as far as what I received versus what I paid out. And I shouldn't say paid out, but what I gifted. But, that's kind of how it started. It was like, wow, I got these people. It made me feel so good that it helped me buy gifts for my kids. Well, it helped that I had to pay for these gifts. And I was like, wow, I do work for these people for Christmas, and they tipped me. Wow. People do work for me. Maybe I should return the favor. What do they call that?
Reciprocating?
Yeah, or paying it forward.
Paying it forward. I'll tell you what I do, though. And I've done it a couple of times, and my kids are always like, Dad, why do you do that? We were in line one day at Walmart, and there was this young lady, thin, pretty little girl. I call her a little girl, but she was just early 20s probably. And by looking at what she had in her cart, I knew she was a teacher. Okay? She had folders, and she had pencils and paper and glue and all the other shit that you would need as a teacher. Now, mind you, at this time, Sebastian was living here, and he was no longer in school. Milo was still living with his mother at the time, so none of my kids went to the school district. And I could see that she was looking at everything, and she's calculating, and she's, taking the time to kind of figure out what it's going to cost her. So I'm in front of her in line. So I go to check out. I pulled an extra $100 out, and I told the kids to take the card over there. And I walked over, and I know that I don't look like the friendliest person in the world, so I made contact from a distance. Excuse me. I said, "Hey, you're a teacher, right?" "Yeah." I said, "And you got to pay for all this stuff on your own?" "Yeah." I said, "Well, listen." I said, "My kids don't go to school here. My son's out of school, and my other son goes to school in Tehachapi." I said, "But, I understand you got to pay for all this, and I don't think that you should have to pay for it yourself." And I gave her $100. And she was so taken aback. oh my God, I can't believe it. Nobody's ever done that, but that's so kind. Why would you do that? And I said, because I think you provide an essential service for people and for children. And it's very important that you continue to do that. And if we can help out in any kind of way, this is the way I can. I can do it today, and I'd like to do that. So I gave her $100 and walked away. And my kids were like, Dad, why'd you give her $100? I do, because she's a teacher. And now they don't get to write any of that stuff off. I says, and she's got to pay for all those things, or she wouldn't have the stuff in her classroom to help the kids out. I said, so it's important for us to help us out, to help out the next generation and people that need it. Yeah, I hear you breathing. You wouldn't have done that?
So let me get this straight. You gave a stranger.
She was cute as all get out.
Oh, so you had
expectations.
Yeah. So you gave a complete stranger $100 for something that she does, her chosen profession, knowing when she got that job that she's going to have to do that.
No.
No,
when
please.
she
That's
got
just like
that,
saying the waitress doesn't know that she's getting tips, tax taken out of her tip.
when she got the job, she was able to write all that shit off.
Okay, times changed. Hey, she could have got a different job.
Why she spent all that money on the education to do that job? Why would she?
She could have found a different job that pays her the same in that same line of work.
She could have, but then our children would have been left without.
Our children? I'm sorry, whose children?
Our children, because the children are our future. Remember that?
Oh. So this teacher wasn't even one of your kids' teacher.
No.
So can I finish what I was about to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. She does an essential job.
Correct.
And you felt that this stranger who has nothing to do with you should get $100 out of you. But
No.
yet, hold on.
No.
Excuse me. But yet, I can't give my barber $20.
Correct. Now let me correct your concept of what happened. I gave her $100 to help her provide for the children in that classroom. That money wasn't for her. That was for her to buy supplies for the children, because the children need the education. They needed those things in that cart.
I gave my barber the $20 so he could buy something for his daughter or use it towards his bills so he could have a better life and continue to do what he does.
Man, I know that barber. That dude cut a head of hair in like 15 minutes.
You know what? It could be any barber. It's still a barber.
That dude making it hand over fist.
I'll tell you what, don't have him hear this, because he can give you a ball spot next time you go to him.
Izzy, we good, dog. Don't even trip. You know I love you. Dude, that dude he's pretty badass though.
Dude,
he's a go-getter.
Phenomenal.
Go-getter.
Yeah, you know he opened a spot in Desert Hot Springs.
Yeah, and he's got that bus. Did you
Yep.
know that during Pride Week or whatever it was, he opened up a T-shirt business, a clothing line downstairs.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had his old lady or his sister or somebody was running that.
Wow.
It didn't take off, but I mean, the
Yeah.
dude's always fighting for that extra little bit, dude. He's good people, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's really good people. Very nice guy. I would call him and show up and, hey, can you be there? Yeah, you know what? Hey, I can't be there at that one that early. I'm going to be in Desert Hot Springs. Can you go up there? Yeah, I'll go up there.
You expect him to do something for you. Okay.
No, I didn't expect it. I called
To see if
and asked if he was available.
Okay, yeah. Hey.
Because it's,
Hey.
by appointment and I couldn't get on.
It's all good in the hood, kid.
But he had an expectation of me driving up to Desert Hot Springs to get the haircut, which I
And
did.
paying for that haircut. Yeah.
Right, and I did. Yeah.
Hey, it's okay.
So my tip went in my gas
Good.
tank.
Hey, true.
Or his
Word
tip
up.
went in my gas tank.
Word up.
That's how I get down. So are you still going to keep giving out, or you
Of
done?
course. No, that's how we roll.
Really?
Yep.
That's because your wife won't let you stop, huh? Let me ask you a question. If it was you and you were single, would you do it?
And yeah, because the reason why I do it is because of what happened to me.
Oh, okay.
And hey, I was I was like, wow. I was given I wouldn't say so much, but I was like, man, this is
enough to make you appreciative.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, and I thought to myself, I perform a service for these people. That's why they did that. I have people performing services for me, so in a sense, I should do that. I should pay it forward.
But at some point, don't you feel like you're going to tip yourself to death?
Sometimes I was like, oh man, yeah, but it's just like, oh, I gotta get this person a gift, and I gotta get my cousin a gift, and I gotta get my daughter a gift, and I gotta get my wife a gift. It's the same, dog. Holidays is a losing proposition when it comes to money. So whether it's an extra, $200 that you lost, it is what it is.
Do you guys ever do like a tree, like pull a name off a tree and give gifts to like a family or anything like that? I'm not saying that you should or that you should implement that. I was just asking. The giving tree. You pull a name and it tells you, the fucking.
I've never heard of this.
No. There's trees. You can find them. You go and you pull a card.
From where?
I don't know. I haven't done one. Thanks for putting me on the fucking spot. I was asking a goddamn question.
Well, I know I ain't going to pull it from your tree. I can tell you that right now.
Fuck no. My tree got my name on it.
But this year, we were supposed to. We didn't have our Christmas party. But a buddy of mine I believe she turned 60 or 65. For his mother, she threw her a party at the local... where
UHF or VHF?
Yeah.
UHF is TV. VW or VFW?
And a parent to somebody I used to hang out with is a veteran, and he was actually there as like security in a sense.
Right.
And I had.
Why does a VFW need security?
Because, dude, it was like a party,
okay.
They want to make sure nobody got rowdy and drunk and what have you. And we got to talking. I hadn't seen him in decades. And we got to talking and asking how I've been doing and da-da-da. And he was telling me how they do a toy drive for kids in Mecca.
Right.
And he was saying, hey, man, if you ever get toys, if you ever want to donate, bring some unwrapped gifts by this date. And... because we do a toy drive and we take him out there.
Right.
I was like, cool. So I told him, I said, well, what I'm going to do is I have an annual Christmas party, and next year we're going to ask in the invitation, we're going to say, hey, bring a gift if you can, unwrapped. We're going to have a bag, just toss it in there, and the next day we'll bring it and we'll do that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that idea better than tipping people. Because for me, it was always, I've also done where I give, or I bought gifts for families or for kids in a family that otherwise didn't have it. Because for me, it wasn't, it's about the kids, dude. The kids shouldn't go without just because the parents, whatnot, right? I remember I was working in Hayward, which is like just outside of Oakland and down. And there was this lady. She had a couple of kids. Her husband was in jail, and I had been trying to contact her. She had been working her ass off trying to make the payments on this fridge, and it got to the point where she couldn't make them anymore. And she's like, "Look, man, my husband's in jail. He just went to jail. I don't have money. I don't have any money coming in. I'm losing my place. Just come and pick it up." So I was like, wow, okay. So we went to go get the fridge, and her kids were laying on the carpet in the, like where the dining room would be, right? So just on the other side of the fridge. And I don't like taking shit from somebody in front of kids. Like it's not good for them to see. They don't need to. I don't want them to be a part of that. Like that's not. You know what I mean? Especially in that kind of situation where it's something I got to take it back because you can't afford it. If you're giving it back because you don't like it no more, or you're moving somewhere else that's already got one, that's different. But anyways, they didn't have the lights on in the house either. And she was like, yeah, we got to stay here one more night, blah, blah, blah. And tomorrow I get to go to a new spot. and whatever, whatnot. I was like, all right. I mean, there was no food in the fridge because she was returning it. She didn't have nothing in the shelves. So I helped my guy get it outside. And once it was outside, I said, go throw it in the truck. I'll be right back. So I went back inside with her, and I did it outside of the view of the children, and I gave her $40. And I said, hey, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go take your kids, take them to go somewhere, take them to go have pizza or take them out to go eat, because it's not fair to them. You know what I mean? Like, they should still be able to have a good meal, be able to know that part of it is taken care of would make me feel better. So I'm going to give you this $40. You go have a nice dinner with your kids. Oh, okay, thank you very much, and blah, blah, blah. Super nice lady, dude. And I got back in the truck, and the dude was like, what'd you do? I said, I gave her money to go take her kids to go eat. Why? She didn't have no money to make the payment. It's not about that, dude. She might not have had their money because of whatever her decisions were or the situation. I said, but that's not them kids' fault, dude. Them kids need to eat. Them kids need to know that everything's going to be all right. You know what I mean? And if $40 does that for them, it's $40. You know what I mean? Look at me. I'm good. I've had my meals. I'm straight. You know what I mean? That's the one part. When it comes to kids,
yeah. And when you said, yeah, she called me up and she said that, look, I can't afford this. My husband, my man is in jail. First thing I thought was the week was going to try sliding. You was like,
you fucking know me too well, Tony.
Take this $40, get them something to eat. I'm gonna come back about 10.
Expectations, Tony. Expectations.
Did you give her cash?
Yeah. Not like I carry gift cards with me. Shit. Fucking Tony. Yeah. That's funny shit. Oh my God! Yeah, well, at least you'll think about, when you're giving those things out, you're gonna look at them a little bit different, and hopefully you won't have expectations from the people that you give them to, like the heartless man that you are.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. You gotta have expectations. I mean, it's just it's a part of it. I think that everybody does it, so don't feel bad about being a heathen like that or whatever. Everybody. I think it's just a natural thing, dude. You know what I mean? Just a part of it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, God. My stomach hurts from laughing, dude. I don't think I've laughed that hard in forever. And that was a real, Dude, have you ever passed out laughing?
No. Come on.
Never?
No.
You smoked
Is that
weed?
possible?
You smoked weed before, right?
No.
No? Is that what you're trying to say?
I done it a couple,
So did you ever get to coughing when you tried it that one time and
yeah,
coughing so hard that you started to
I don't think it was that hard, but
no?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because the shit we had back in the day was nothing compared to this shit. Holy crap. But anyways, so this one time I was living in Phoenix and I had a cold, and I was watching Mythbusters. Remember that show?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So they were doing a drunk episode where they were testing out the different ways to come out of to make you sober quick, right? So the one guy with the really big beard and always wore the beanie, he got drunk and he stuck his face in ice water and washed his face with cold water to see if he could snap out of being drunk, right? And then the other one was exercise. So the dude was nice and drunk, right? And they take a shot over to the what's that machine where you step on and you walk or you run?
Treadmill?
So it's on a treadmill, right? Well, he took off all the bars on the treadmill. It's just a treadmill. It's just treads. So got nothing to hold on to.
Right.
And it's already going. And he's drunk, dude. And he stepped on it, and he got nowhere to reach. And he just, bam, and slipped on it and shot back out. I started fucking laughing. And I was laughing and started coughing and wheezing and laughing. And next thing I know, I wake up, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like my arms hurt. My arms and my legs hurt because I fucking stiffened up, right? Like I was like, what the fuck? I said, holy shit, I just passed out laughing. Fuck. So yes, it is possible to pass out while laughing. I think that was the last time I laughed that fucking hard. I've been scared to laugh that hard ever since that shit happened. It hurts coming out of being like, because I felt it. I started, I felt myself getting stiff, and all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, fucking episode was almost over and shit. I'm like, fuck. So be careful, and especially like kids that, you know, even adults, dude. If you're out there smoking and you're hitting a bong and you take too much, you don't be doing that shit alone. You got to have somebody there to help you out, resuscitate you. All right, those are my final words. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. You any final words for anybody?
You know, I did, but I can't remember. I'll
No.
save them for next time.
All right, cool deal. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for listening. Oh, by the way, we're going to be on Jimmy's show, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So Jimmy, or not Jimmy, Frank.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, I have a buddy that does a radio show.
Okay.
And a local radio show, and I spoke with him, and he said, you know, to come on his show one of these days, and we can promote the podcast and chit chat with him, and
Right on.
you know, I don't know, cross promotion and stuff like that. So we're gonna work out the bugs out of that, and
try to get that
we'll
going.
let everyone know, and we'll be on the radio.
All right, so we have the new logo already. I think I'm gonna launch it on Tuesday, so it'll be on Wednesday's episode. You're gonna have to look out for it, though. It's gonna look a little bit different. You'll still be able to go on and find it the way you do now, Madhouse Sideshow. But it'll be a brand new logo. And again, if you have any questions or comments about anything that we talked about, mingosmadhouse@yahoo.com. We'll get them together and talk about them on the next show. And let us know what you think of the new logo once that's up and going too. We'd appreciate that. Good?
Good.
Cool. All right, man, guys. Thank you. Love you. See you soon.